You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
Welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. In today's episode, we're diving into the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Colby, what up, bitch?
How you doing?
It's been a minute.
Oh, wait. I was about to say was amp, and it's because. So, was amp. All right. So, this is just a side note, but I have to tell you the story because it's funny. So, we're reading Tattoos of Auschwitz with the homeschool right now. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. It's such a hard title. It's also a really hard book to read because they got like German phrases in it. Anyway, so it's a really good novel, by the way. And it's very sad. But one of the follow-up assignments was to write a note to someone, I don't know, from whatever. Oh, it was like if your great-great-grandfather was in Nazi Germany, write him a letter and like tell him your feelings. So one of the homeschool kids started off the letter with, was amp. Was
Do you
amp.
think they're saying was it?
In Nazi Germany?
What?
I have like no concept of time in history because I had to Google like how long ago did this happen? When was World War II? Are there any Holocaust survivors alive to this day?
World War II, 1940.
Yes. Yeah, around that
45.
time.
It started in
I don't
45?
know. Something around that time.
Fact check me, guys.
But I really want to like be better at those things. There's so many things you learn throughout your time in school that I just forgot. It's always really jarring to read about the Holocaust, by the way. I'm
awful.
like, what? Like when you really think about what happened.
And that there's some people that believe that it didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
So crazy.
Are y'all for real right now?
Be so for real. And there's still people who like hail Hitler, which is also so
Which is
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a whole other podcast
Read
episode.
the room.
Let it go. He doesn't care about you.
No.
We're not here to talk about cults.
We're not here to talk about cults yet.
We're here to talk about Mel Robbins and her Let Them theory.
Miss Mel.
Miss Mel.
Mel.
We love some alliteration.
We do. Miss Melly Mel.
So this book kind of took me a while to finish. I really enjoyed everything about it. Mm-hmm. I did audiobook. Did you?
I did audiobook too.
Okay.
I really like that she narrated the book.
Me too. Because it felt like listening to a podcast, which I do really like her podcast a lot too.
Yeah, you put me on her podcast.
Yeah.
But I would say, just kind of like kickstart our conversation into it, I do recommend that everyone read this book.
Yeah.
I think it's one that like you have to read it at least one time in your life.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you kind of like take what you want from it and leave what doesn't resonate with you and you move on.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's like a lot of self-help books. This is our first podcast episode with baby, so
We're learning.
we're learning. But she's perfect. She's the perfect guest, and you get to see her cute little feet. So this is our first nonfiction book besides Gypsy Rose Blanchard, which, by the way, she was just on our stomping grounds.
She was just on our stomach grounds. I texted Colby and was like, Jip is at the Crawfish Fest and we're not.
And we're not there. Not cool. The Crawfish Fest is actually like around the corner from my house too, and I just didn't go this year.
Could you hear it? Like, could you
Yes.
hear music and stuff?
Yes.
That's cool.
We can literally like sit on our back porch and listen to the music, so that's cool.
That is really cool.
But I just wonder, like, was she recognized? Was she stopped a lot?
She had
be.
to.
But I didn't see that many pictures of people with her.
You know what else didn't really come across my desk? Shannon Ford's comedy show.
No,
I didn't
she was
see
here, right?
She was here on Monday at the Howlin' Wolf. That might whatever, that's not
It sounds
important.
right, yeah.
I think it was at the Howlin' Wolf. I didn't see a single photograph come across my desk.
Me either.
And I was looking forward to seeing it because we like Shannon over here.
We like her a lot, and we were even going to try and go. We just couldn't make it.
That was just,
Yeah.
I'm quickly learning, being a first-time mother, you think. That's it.
You think you're going to
you're
go to
gonna do it.
something, you think you're going to, like, yeah, you have these plans, and then it's like,
Just kidding.
but you thought.
You thought.
So this is going to be a little bit of a different type of episode because we don't have like big plot points and plot twists and characters to talk about. We really just have what Mel Robbins presents to us in this book and kind of like what we took away from it.
Yeah.
that
and
work?
honestly, what we're going to say, if you don't read the book, I know we say it a lot, like you don't have to read the book, still follow along and listen to the episodes. You truly, if you listen to the episode, you're probably going to get everything you need.
100%. Use this. We'll read the book for you. Here you go.
Here you go.
Also, you've probably seen so many clips circulating of Mel Robbins and what she presents in this book that you really don't need to read.
Yeah, if you're on TikTok,
Yeah,
or
you've
if you're,
seen it.
You've seen it. If you listen to other, she's been guests on other podcasts that we listen to, bigger, like big podcasts. It is on everyone's mouth
For sure.
the let them theory.
Yeah, and like you said, you'll take away what you take from it, and then hopefully utilize it as much as you can for the rest of your life. There were definitely things in this book that were big eye-opening moments for me that I know I will take for the rest of my life. So
Same.
here's a little summary, as best as I could put together for a nonfiction book. In the Let Them theory, we have the best-selling author and motivational speaker Mel Robbins, who presents a radically simple idea that holds massive emotional weight. When people show you who they are, let them. Whether it's someone flaking on plans, being dismissive, making choices you don't agree with, or even pulling away from you emotionally, the healthiest, most empowering thing you can do is to not react by controlling or chasing. Instead, step back, observe, and let them. The book was inspired by a viral moment when Mel casually dropped the let them phrase during a podcast and that instantly resonated with millions of people online. What started as a one-liner became a movement. In the book, she breaks it down. Why we try to control others, how it drains our energy, and what it actually looks like to stop doing that in real life. The book isn't just theatrical. Mel uses real stories from listeners, clients, in her own life to illustrate the impact of letting them. She's so cute. Do y'all hear her? Tell them.
What you gotta say? Oh,
Oh, it's a burp.
piggy.
Let them.
Whoa, my first word.
It's a literal baby protege, baby genius. Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that shit? The book isn't just theatrical. Mel uses real stories from listeners, clients, and her own life to illustrate the impact of letting them. She explores scenarios involving friendships, romantic relationships, work dynamics, parenting, and even how we show up online. Through honest, funny, and deeply relatable storytelling, Mel encourages readers to stop wasting emotional bandwidth on trying to be liked, understood, or included. Instead, she pushes you to shift your focus inward. Ask yourself, why am I chasing this? What do I need? What would happen if I simply let them? This isn't your typical self-help book filled with fluff. It's quick, punchy, and it's straight to the heart of people-pleasing tendencies and overthinking. Mel's tone is encouraging, funny, and practical, like a tough love best friend. Ultimately, the let them theory is to guide, reclaim your time, peace, and power by learning when to stop trying to be everything for everyone and start being everything for yourself. So let's break down what let them actually means. Let them flake, let them be late, let them not invite you, let them show you what they are, who they are, and then you decide what you want to do with that. It's simple, but it shifts everything. Instead of fighting to be included, we just stop fighting and start observing. It's a weirdly freeing feeling, like if someone excludes you, that's data. It's not personal. It's just facts. It's just information. Dang.
I like
was
that.
good. I like that too. Okay, but let's tie this to modern life because it hits extra hard in the age of social media.
Yes.
Yeah, we're so used to controlling the narrative, curating our Instagram, carefully wording text, making sure we're not left out of the group chat. But letting people do what they're going to do and not chasing closure is not what we're normally taught. We're taught to fix it, smooth it over, defend ourselves. But Mel says, let them misunderstand you. And what's wild about it is that it's really not even you. Other people's choices are usually never about you. Most people are just walking through life protecting their own stuff. You trying to manage their reaction is just exhausting and unnecessary. So once you've stopped trying to control or chase other people with let them, the energy is used to pour outward, which now becomes available for something so much better, turning inward and asking, what do I want? That's where the let me comes in. So this is kind of like the second half of the book, which I really liked.
I will say it did seem from talking to other people, because like the let them is very popular. The let me, I feel like hasn't picked up as much traction.
It hasn't. And it is like the second half of the book, but I feel it's probably
It's more important.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to, like for anything, I'm like, let them.
Yeah.
Let them. But
Yeah.
let me, that's the important part.
That's what comes next.
Exactly.
And so, let me is the invitation to let yourself grow. Let yourself speak up. Let yourself walk away. Let yourself try something new. Let yourself receive joy, love, ease, and rest. It's a part where you stop waiting for permission or validation and give it to yourself. There's one more thing I wanted to mention, because when you say all this and you read all this, I don't want it to get lost. And Mel talks about this a lot, but you can't get lost in like, you let them so hard that like you turn into an asshole.
Yes.
You know, so, and she mentions that too. So I wanted to throw that in there too because
I'm glad that you threw that in.
yeah. So the let them theory is about protecting your peace, but not about abandoning basic decency. So saying let them doesn't give you a free pass to ghost people, avoid accountability, or act like you're better than people. And let me isn't about becoming the main character at the expense of everyone else's feelings. So there's definitely like the thin line or boundary between the let them, let me, and like how you respond. So the let them mindset is about releasing control, not cutting people down. It's about setting boundaries, not building strong walls. It's about your own growth without stepping on anyone else's. So yes, let them flake, let them misunderstand you, let them move weird, but then let you respond with clarity, grace, and a little bit more peace and quiet. But don't confuse emotional immaturity with emotional detachment. You can still care, you can still communicate, you can still be kind. So she kind of ends the book with let them and let me. Let's just not be assholes about it.
Period.
Yeah. So there's just like that fine line that I was glad she mentioned because I do think it would be easy to just be like, oh, I don't want to go, so let them. But then like there's sometimes where you should go. You know, like there's a line and a boundary between doing the right thing, even if you don't want to, or not.
I like how you brought up how she talks about accountability too, because there was like a small segment in one of the chapters, maybe I can't remember, but where she said like, let me might include having that difficult conversation with your boss or your loved one. So to kind of like sum up what you were saying about the book, there's some key principles. So we can't control others. Usually if we try to influence people's decisions, that's going to backfire on us. Let them be who they are. Accepting people as they are reduces unnecessary conflict. However, your big thing was also saying, let me with that. Shift your focus inward, directing our energy toward personal growth instead of external circumstances fosters resilience, which I do agree with all that.
Your friends don't invite you somewhere, let them. You feel like your friends are saying something about you behind your back, it's easy to say let them. But the let me is, okay, what do I do with that? That part's hard because you can sulk and you can say let them,
It's
but
still
not
hard.
really mean it. Yeah, exactly. You can be
If
like, oh,
our-
I don't care, but you do.
If our best friends went somewhere and they didn't even like text or reach out, my feelings would be hurt.
Yeah, and I think that's okay. It's what you do after. It's what you do with. Are you gonna sulk in it for days on
Yes,
end? And
I
are
agree.
you gonna let it affect your life and your, I don't know, outward personality at that point? Because then you start acting different towards the people who do care, who are being there for you. And not that it's hard to say because I don't think any of our best friends would ever like plan a whole trip and not tell us.
That's her. That was the example she used in the book.
Which I found
That
crazy.
she had like a group of mom friends and she just casually got on whatever social media platform and she saw pictures of them on vacation, the neighborhood. They like all lived in the
neighborhood
same
friends, yeah.
neighborhood and they were all besties and they planned a trip, all the wives and moms. And she found out by seeing a picture on social media and she wasn't invited.
And she's like, well, why? Like, you know, I spiraled. I want to know why. What did I do?
For days. I would have been the same way.
Yes. And something that she said that was like really eye opening for me is it probably wasn't anything she did. It's so much to do with like adult friendships is all about proximity. I forget what she said.
That is what she was saying.
And it was so important. It was like proximity and like life circumstances. Like you're not always going to align proximity wise. Like how close are you to be able to do certain things with other people? And also, are you at the same phase in life? Like maybe you have young kids and one of your friends doesn't. You can't always do those same things. Or you're at a certain point in your career that someone else is not. And you're not always going to align perfectly in your life with people. And like that's usually the reason for
Friendships.
distance in friendships.
Distance in friendships. For
That
sure.
you have to accept that. And that made me eye open a lot too because like, yeah, we're not always going to be aligned at the same spot with the people in our lives. That doesn't mean that you don't want to spend time with them.
Correct.
It's just not always going to work out.
It's just not always going to work out.
And you have to be okay with that.
For
and
sure.
understand that it's not personal. You can't help that someone's at a different spot than you.
And I think that comes with age too.
It does.
Because where I'm at in life now, I think even without reading the book, I understand that we don't have a falling out, but I'm just not as close with people as I once was. Proximity has a lot to do with that.
Right.
Especially like when you change jobs or
Yeah.
You move to a different place.
Yeah.
It just
People that you
happens that
once
way.
talk to every single day, it might not always remain that way. And it's sad,
It is sad.
but that doesn't mean that like later in life you might not be on the same page as them and
Yeah.
you might not reconnect.
And it also like doesn't mean you're not friends.
yeah.
It just
That's the biggest
you know,
takeaway.
like you're still friends with these people. It's just
Yeah.
you're just not as close.
Right.
And I think that's why so often, like I know I have friends where we go so long without talking because all of us have a different life going on right now. And then we get together for coffee or we go to dinner and it's like, oh my gosh, we pick up like we never stopped hanging out. But I think it's the proximity. You never stop being friends.
And you never stop caring about that person either.
Exactly.
And think about it too. When this book also really had me thinking about my adult friendships and being like, I don't know what goes on in the ins and outs of some of my friends' jobs and like what that entails and what type of like mental load that could put on them. And we literally don't know. Like you don't know everything that someone has on their plate. So that could definitely trigger distance in a friendship.
For me personally, scrolling on social media puts me in the worst headspace to where I do spiral when I see shit like that. I'm like, oh, I didn't get invited to that. Or
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to think about it. Scrolling is a huge thing that we could talk about forever. And we know how bad it is for us, but it's still something we continue to do. So there's one other thing that really stuck out to me in the book where she talked about, and this is like a parenthood thing. This is something that I think why the book resonated with my mom so much. But there was one point in the book, it was in the very beginning, when she was talking about her son going to prom. And she was just like trying to control the situation. Why are you not going here out to eat? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why don't you have a reservation? And like,
do this, do that.
yes. And it's like the sister had to pull her aside and be like, Mom, just let them go. Like, and what I took from that is by you being want so much control over a certain situation, you're actually bothering people and annoying them even more, right? Than if you just said, okay, let them, even if it is going to be a struggle, let that person struggle. It's going to make them stronger in the end. It's hard when you care about somebody and you love somebody. So you want to help them in certain ways and that's, I think, a lot of with probably family dynamics that we talked a lot about. Like you want to help someone do something, so you want to insert yourself. And a lot of times it's like, people don't really want you to do that.
No.
Think about like us.
I'm kind of glad that you brought up your mom's perspective because that part of the book didn't hit too hard for me because I don't have grown children or kids in high school.
Yeah.
So I listened to what she said and I'm like, no, I get that. And I guess I could put myself in the kid's perspective more than the mom.
And we've been the kid who's like, Mom, please just let me
chill.
do this. Like, just
Yes.
chill. Just let me do this.
And they think they're helping. Like, let me make you the reservation. Let me get you this. When really, like, you're teaching them more. Like your mom was saying, like, you're teaching them more.
Yeah.
Letting them do it. Just let them.
Yeah, totally. And
Let them learn.
And think about us, too. Like, if someone is doing this, someone's on your back so much, and you're just like, please just let me make my own choice. Like, you have to apply that and realize it when you're doing it to other people,
For
too.
sure.
Let them make their own choice. It's not your life.
It's not your...
Even if it's someone you
not
care
your
about.
life.
It's so hard.
It's not your life.
It's not your life because there's people in my life that I want. Obviously, there's people in everybody's life that you're like, let me make this choice for you.
Let me just do it for you. But you can't. And like you were saying, that really does like push people away from you.
It really does. In the end,
does.
that's what it does.
Well, you brought that up. Motherhood and family.
Yeah.
Just like some things I was just kind of like in the moment thinking about. Naturally, as moms, we want something done a certain way. So like one way we could apply the let them theory is like if Josh or Matt like soothe the baby a different way than we would. We have
And
to
you're
just
like, eye
tweaking.
twitching.
We have like they're being dads and they have to explore that too and navigate that. So like that's one way we could let them.
Yeah, I thought about that a lot while reading the book because this is something big in my household too. Like I obsessive clean. I don't know why, and I know you're the same way. I'm constantly cleaning because I feel like I can't relax the way, or I can relax, but it's not going to be as enjoyable for me if my environment's not clean. Well, that's me. That's a me thing. It doesn't bother me either, by the way. Like, it's like, I'm fine with it. I kind of enjoy the cleaning. Sometimes I wish I could just chill and like just go to, because there's times where it's like late and I'm like, I just really want to go to sleep.
I feel
but
like
like
that's
I
so
have to
good for your
clean.
mental health though.
It is. And I find myself happier.
Yeah, then
When-
you gotta do it.
Right, when the dishes aren't in the sink or
Yes.
like when there's not dirt on the floor. When there's no dust, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
But like that's a me thing. That doesn't mean it has to be a Matt thing. Like he's okay. It's okay
I
for
like
him
that.
to like want to just relax, and it's okay that there's like shoes on the ground where they not belong. It was like,
you know where else?
Let him leave the shoe.
Let him.
Yeah.
And let me. I'll get it.
No, literally, I'm like, I'll pick it up, no problem.
I'll get it. Don't you worry. Another one would be like unsolicited parenting advice.
Oh my God, yeah. That is
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. That's another stem, by the way.
Smile and wave.
boys.
Is that SpongeBob? Probably.
Or is it Nemo?
It's Nemo. That's
I think
what
it's
it is.
Nemo.
Nemo.
But that's another one that I'm just like, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll keep that in mind. That's really, I'll keep that in mind. And I just keep it moving. Work and career. I feel like we kind of talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast growth and audience engagement.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a cool one for us.
It is.
Not everyone's going to engage with our podcast the way we'd like them to. Some listeners, even crazier, is like some people that we know
Yes. Let them not like it.
won't comment or share our episodes.
Yeah.
Let them.
Yeah.
We just have to let them.
But like support privately, which is strange.
yes.
But again, let them. Like
Let
that's
them.
fine. It's in the end, if we believe in like ourselves, that's where the let me comes in.
Exactly.
Like let them act that way and let me just like keep pursuing the podcast. Keep doing what I want. Or there's things that we don't get invited to. But you know what? We did pretty good with that over
We did.
Super Bowl weekend because there were things that I was like, we should be there.
absolutely tweaking.
Yeah.
Because we should have been.
We should have been there. But like again, let them. It's
Let them.
fine. Like
It's okay.
That's where the let me comes in if we believe in ourselves. And this is universal for anybody who's listening. Like if you are proud of what you do every day and you're putting in work every day, then like that's the let me. Like,
And that's what's most important. Like, side note, no, but seriously, y'all, like what Colby and I do behind the scenes, like we pour our heart and soul and passion into this podcast. So us not getting invited, we really did move on quickly from that. We're like, you know what?
yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay because it's gonna happen because
It is
we're gonna
gonna
keep
happen.
doing what we're doing and that's gonna bring it to
We
us.
put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like us not taking anything personally when it comes to this, because this is our business, this is our brand. We
Yeah.
can't take it personal, or we literally will be humbled so quick.
Yeah, exactly.
But it reminds us to focus on those who do support us, and
Yeah.
we have so many amazing friends, family, listeners
Oh my God, so many.
that literally support us.
Right.
And keeping our energy flowing there and
And something I want to say
beyond.
too that I think this book also taught me and I did think about, and it goes exactly with what you're saying, is like you are not going to be for everybody. Like
correct.
and that's like hard to hear because I'm like, why wouldn't I don't know, random male 43-year-old in Kansas like the podcast? And it's like, well, why would it's like not going to be for everyone.
What did that guy comment? Losers?
We had 2 hate comments. One said losers. The other said, what did he say? Not everybody needs a podcast. Hope this helps
Yes.
or something.
But I just think it's so funny that whatever we were doing, they were triggered so much that
Triggered
they had
so
to
bad.
comment.
Yeah. It's
Like, we're just girls.
we're literally just having fun.
Talking
Leave us
shit.
leave us alone.
Let us be.
But again, it's like just like not all podcasts I enjoy listening to.
Correct.
But there's so many people who do.
Yes.
And that's also just like, again, for everything. Like you might be doing something that you're proud of, but it doesn't resonate with somebody else. And like, that's so okay.
It's
There's
okay.
millions of people in the world who it's going to sit well with.
And on that note,
Hurry up.
let them.
LETTHEM, right, Blair?
Let them.
Yeah. She said what she said.
She said what she said.
and she meant it. I think we read the book.
I think we read the book and told you
To
the
let
big
them.
pieces. Let them. I did see there was a really funny TikTok before we sign off,
Yeah.
where this girl was just saying like the most heinous things. Let them.
Oh,
It was like, let them.
And what was it? It was like, the IRS is coming after you. You owe them millions of dollars.
Let them.
Let them.
Wait, you have negative money in your bank account.
Right.
Let them. It
The
was
bank's
just like,
coming after you.
your
let
house
them.
is in foreclosure. Let them.
them.
I think it's hilarious.
This was fun, and we know that so many people read along with the Let Them theory. We do sincerely apologize it took so long to get this episode out, but also like
Real life hit us.
baby, real life, like
hit
friends
us.
getting
Yeah.
married, and that's okay.
Babies,
Let them.
let them.
Hey,
we have
let us.
children. Let us. We have children, jobs, vacations,
Club, bus, another bus, another club, another bus.
Next,
We got a lot of shit going
Next
on.
on the shelf, though. I
Yes.
think you were going to.
That's what I was going to say next.
We have our next on the shelf, which again, this one will be coming
Yeah.
much faster than the let them theory. But thank you for understanding.
Yes.
When She Returned by Lucinda Berry tells the story of Kate, a woman who disappeared without a trace. As her past unravels, Kate returns. I just had to say Kate's return.
Kate's return. Oh, I was gonna say it is Kate, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but I'm saying Kate return.
Kate return.
As her
Here we go.
As her past unravels, Kate's return forces everyone, her family, friends, and even herself, to confront dark secrets that threaten to destroy everything. The book is filled with twists that will make you question everything you thought you knew about Kate and the people closest to her. If you love psychological suspense, family drama, and plot twists that hit you when you least expect it, this is a book you do not want to miss. Will Kate uncover the truth, or will the lies she's been told consume her? Let's dive in and find out together.
That sounds amazing.
So good.
It sounds like exactly what we need because, like we said, this was nonfiction. We're ready to jump back into the fiction world. I've been in a bit of a reading slump.
Same here.
And I also think that's normal. Let them.
Let
the reading slumps come.
Let them roll.
But let me. And you know what the let me is here? Let's stick to what we know, what we love, which is psychological thrillers.
And charting.
Chatting.
And charting that was supposed to be chatting.
Chatting.
And
I was wondering
chatting.
what word you were going for there.
And chatting with you.
Okay, well, this was so much fun. Blair had like so much to say.
Her first podcast.
Yeah, she did amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Thank y'all so much for listening. Don't forget to read this book with us.
Yes.
Don't forget to let them
Let them
and let you.
and let you. And make sure you follow us.
Or else.
Or else.
Goodbye.
Boom, we did it, bitch.